In September 1568, Oda Nobunaga, with Shogun Ashikaga Yoshiaki, finally set foot in the imperial capital of Kyoto. On his way, he defeated the Rokkaku clan who blocked his path. In just a few days, having dominated the capital with overwhelming military force, Nobunaga reigned over the center of Japan. However, what Nobunaga saw was not the glorious center of Japan. It was a corrupt city, desolate and lifeless due to years of constant warfare. The shogun's authority was in tatters, and the court nobles and temples were only interested in lining their own pockets. Nobunaga felt a deep sense of outrage at this sight. Nobunaga's first step was to restore order. He thoroughly cracked down on the thieves and bandits that plagued the city, ensuring that residents could live in peace. However, his true enemy was not one with visible military force. It was the tradition and authority deeply rooted in Kyoto, and the court nobles and temple forces clinging to it. Lord Nobunaga is a bit too forceful, isn't he? Does he understand the position of the shogun? Yes, to ignore our traditions and act so recklessly. Even though Nobunaga had enthroned the shogun, they looked down on him as a mere upstart from the provinces. To protect their own vested interests, they engaged in subtle acts of sabotage against Nobunaga's reforms. The temple forces fiercely opposed the Rakuichi Rikuza, free markets and open guilds policy that Nobunaga was trying to implement to revitalize commerce. For years, they had established checkpoints to collect tolls, and earned enormous profits. Nobunaga, what is tradition? What is authority? The people are starving, and the country is devastated. What value do those things have? How would Nobunaga overcome this invisible enemy? The battle in Kyoto was a new kind of war, one that could not be won by military force alone. Nobunaga took bold action, breaking from conventional customs. First, he issued Endo-jo, or certificates of security, to the residents of the capital, showing that he, not the shogun or the court nobles, was their protector. Furthermore, ignoring the resistance of the temple forces and court nobles, he abolished the major checkpoints in Kyoto. He carried out the Rakuichi Rikuza policy. As a result, merchants could do business freely, and the city's economy recovered rapidly. The desolate Kyoto began to regain its vitality. Nobunaga solidified his control over Kyoto, not just through military might, but by gaining the support of the people. Nobunaga used the authority of Shogun Ashikaga Yoshiaki to lay the groundwork for unifying the country, while at the same time dismantling old authorities and building a new order himself. However, Nobunaga's radical approach created a deep rift with Shogun Yoshiaki. Yoshiaki's dissatisfaction grew, as he felt Nobunaga no longer respected his authority, and this rift would eventually lead to a tragic fate, guiding Nobunaga toward Honnoji Temple.